everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into a topic that I know a lot of you are really interested in: passive income.
Passive income.
And we're not just going to be talking about the dream of making money while you sleep.
Right.
We're going to be getting into specific, actionable ideas that even beginners can use.
Especially for beginners.
Yeah. We've got a ton of research articles, real-life success stories. We've really dug deep on this one, and we're ready to pull out the most useful bits.
For sure. I mean, what I find really fascinating about passive income is just how many paths there are to it. You know, it's not just for like the super rich or tech geniuses.
Yeah.
With a little effort up front.
Yeah.
You can set things in motion to generate income even when you're not actively working.
Okay, so let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
One classic example of passive income is dividend-paying stocks.
Right. Think of it as owning a tiny little piece of a company, right? Some companies, they choose to share their profits with shareholders, and they do that through dividends.
Okay.
So it's not just about the stock price going up. You're actually receiving a portion of the company's earnings.
So are we talking like a couple of bucks a year here, or can this actually add up to something meaningful?
It depends on a few factors, of course,
Yeah.
like how much you invest and which companies you choose.
Sure.
Take a company like Johnson & Johnson. They've been paying dividends consistently for over 60 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so that kind of reliability can be very attractive for long-term investors.
Okay, so for someone like me who's more of a beginner, how do I even get started with dividend investing? It all seems a bit intimidating.
It's much easier than you might think, actually.
Yeah.
Opening a brokerage account is the first step.
Okay.
And there are even things called robo-advisors, like Betterment or Wealthfront.
Okay.
And those can help you choose investments based on your goals and your risk tolerance.
Robo-advisors, that sounds interesting. But isn't the stock market kind of a gamble? What if I pick the wrong companies?
Well, that's where diversification comes in. Instead of betting on a single company, you spread your investments across a variety of stocks.
Okay.
Or even index funds. That way, you're less exposed if one investment underperforms.
Makes sense.
You know, an S&P 500 index fund instantly gives you exposure to 500 of the largest U.S. companies.
Right.
So it reduces your risk right off the bat.
Okay, so diversification is key, less risk, more potential for long-term growth. But what if I'm more interested in something a bit more tangible?
Tangible. Yeah, you're in luck.
Okay.
Because real estate crowdfunding has become incredibly popular in recent years. Instead of needing a huge down payment for your own property, you can pool your money with others to invest in larger real estate projects.
So I could be part owner of like an apartment building or a shopping mall
You got it?
without having to deal with tenants or toilets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Platforms like Fundrise or Realty Mogul
Oh.
make this process very accessible, even for beginners. You can start with relatively small investments, sometimes as little as $500,
Oh, wow.
and diversify across different property types and locations.
That low barrier to entry is really appealing. But are the returns comparable to owning property directly?
It varies, of course, but some platforms have reported average annual returns in the 8 to 12% range, which is competitive with traditional real estate investments.
Okay.
Plus, you have the added benefit of liquidity. It's typically easier to cash out your investment in a crowdfunding platform than selling a physical property.
Liquidity, right. That's important if I need to access my funds quickly. But what about risk? Is real estate crowdfunding as risky as buying a house?
No investment is completely risk-free, but crowdfunding platforms do their due diligence in selecting properties and managing risks.
Okay.
And just like with stocks, diversification is key. Spreading your investments across multiple projects can help mitigate losses if one investment doesn't perform as expected.
All right, so we've got dividend stocks and real estate crowdfunding. What other beginner-friendly passive income strategies did we uncover in our research?
Well, let's talk about peer-to-peer lending.
Okay.
Think of it as cutting out the traditional bank.
Okay.
You're lending your money directly to individuals or small businesses through platforms like Lending Club.
So instead of earning a measly interest rate in a savings account, I could be lending my money and potentially earning higher returns.
Exactly. And you're helping people get access to loans that they might not be able to get from traditional banks.
That's really interesting, but it also sounds a bit risky. What if someone defaults on their loan?
Well, there's always a risk of default with any loan, but peer-to-peer lending platforms use sophisticated algorithms and credit scoring models to assess borrower risk.
Okay.
And again, diversification is your friend.
Yeah.
By spreading your investments across multiple loans, you can minimize your exposure if one borrower fails to repay.
Right.
For example, instead of lending $1,000 to a single borrower, you could lend $100 to 10 different borrowers.
Okay, so spreading the risk is a recurring theme here. Makes sense. But what if I'm more of a creative type?
Oh, yeah.
Are there any passive income options that tap into my artistic side?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Creating and selling digital products is a fantastic way to monetize your skills and passions.
Okay.
We're talking ebooks, online courses, stock photos, printable designs, templates. The possibilities are endless.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. I love the idea of creating something once and then having it generate income over and over again.
Right.
But where do people even sell this stuff?
There are so many platforms to choose from.
Okay.
For ebooks, you've got Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. It's a powerhouse.
Okay.
If you're more of a teacher, Udemy or Skillshare are very popular for online courses. Etsy is a great marketplace for selling printables and crafts. And if you have a knack for photography, you could go with Shutterstock or Adobe Stock. Great options for selling your photos.
Wow, so many options. It's almost overwhelming.
It's a lot, yeah.
But let's be real, creating a high-quality digital product takes effort.
You're absolutely right. There's definitely work involved up front.
Yeah.
But think of it as an investment.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting in the time and effort now to create something that can potentially generate income for years to come.
Okay, I'm starting to see the long-term vision here. But how do I know if my idea is even marketable?
You do your research.
Okay.
Look at what's already selling well in your niche.
Okay.
What are people searching for? What are their pain points?
So identify a need and then create a solution that people are willing to pay for.
You got it. And don't be afraid to experiment and try different things. The beauty of the digital world is that you can iterate quickly and adapt based on feedback.
This is all so inspiring. I'm already getting ideas swirling.
That's great.
But I'm also realizing that I need to be strategic about this. It's not just about creating something and hoping people will buy it.
You're absolutely right.
Mm.
Marketing plays a crucial role in the success of any digital product.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll delve into specific marketing strategies in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
But for now, it's enough to know that there are many ways to reach your target audience and get your product in front of the right people.
This is all incredibly valuable information. I'm feeling more confident and empowered knowing that I have the tools and knowledge to make smart decisions. But I'm also wondering, with all these different passive income streams out there, how do we avoid getting caught up in the hype and chasing the latest shiny object?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It's easy to get seduced by promises of quick riches or overnight success.
Right.
But the reality is that building passive income takes time,
Mm-hmm.
effort, and a healthy dose of skepticism.
Okay.
So how do we filter out the noise and focus on what truly matters?
Yeah, that's the question.
First and foremost, remember your why.
Mm-hmm.
What are your goals and motivations for building passive income? Keep those front and center as you evaluate different opportunities.
So if my goal is to achieve financial freedom so I can travel the world, I'm probably not going to jump on the latest get-rich-quick scheme.
Right.
That promises to turn $100 into $10,000 overnight.
Exactly. Instead, you might focus on building a solid foundation with dividend stocks or real estate investments, which have a track record of generating long-term wealth.
Okay, so keep my goals in mind and avoid the shiny object syndrome.
Yes.
What else?
Don't be afraid to question everything.
Okay.
If an opportunity sounds too good to be true,
Right.
it probably is. Do your research, read reviews, and don't be afraid to ask tough questions.
So if someone is promising guaranteed returns with no risk, that's a major red flag.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Every investment carries some level of risk. Anyone who tells you otherwise is either misinformed or trying to sell you something.
Got it. Skepticism is my new best friend. What else should we be wary of?
Be cautious of gurus or influencers who claim to have all the answers. They might have good intentions, but remember, they're ultimately trying to sell you something,
Right.
whether it's a course, a coaching program, or their own products.
So take their advice with a grain of salt and do my own due diligence.
Exactly. You're responsible for your own financial decisions. Don't blindly follow anyone's advice without doing your own research.
Okay.
And making sure it aligns with your goals and risk tolerance.
Okay, I'm feeling more empowered to navigate the world of passive income with a critical eye. But I'm also realizing that building passive income isn't just about the money.
Oh, absolutely.
It's about so much more than that.
It is.
It's about freedom, flexibility, and the ability to design a life that aligns with your values and passions.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Passive income is a tool that can help you achieve those goals,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the end goal in itself.
It's about using that financial freedom to pursue your dreams, spend more time with loved ones, give back to your community, or simply enjoy life on your own terms.
Precisely. And that's what makes this journey so exciting and rewarding.
Yeah.
It's about creating a life of purpose and fulfillment,
Mm-hmm.
not just a fatter bank account.
I love that perspective.
Right.
It's not just about financial wealth,
Yeah.
but about creating a life of richness and meaning.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And that brings us to another crucial aspect of building passive income that we haven't discussed yet.
Okay.
Mindset.
Mindset. That. So it's not just about the strategies and tactics, but also about our beliefs and attitudes.
Absolutely. Your mindset can either support or sabotage your efforts to build passive income.
So what are some key mindset shifts that can help us succeed on this journey?
Well, first and foremost, it's important to cultivate a growth mindset.
Growth mindset.
Growth mindset.
Meaning believing that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning.
Exactly. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. See failures as feedback.
Yep.
And never stop learning and evolving.
So instead of getting discouraged when I hit a roadblock, I view it as a chance to learn something new and improve my approach.
Precisely. Another key mindset shift is to focus on abundance rather than scarcity.
Abundance versus scarcity.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
A scarcity mindset believes that there's not enough to go around, that success is a zero-sum game,
Okay.
and that someone else's gain is your loss.
Whereas an abundance mindset believes that there are enough opportunities and resources for everyone to succeed.
Exactly. When you operate from a place of abundance, you're more likely to collaborate, support others, and see possibilities where others see limitations.
That makes sense. It's like that saying, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And another crucial mindset shift is to cultivate patience and persistence.
Easy to say, hard to do sometimes, especially in a world of instant gratification.
You're absolutely right. Building passive income takes time.
Yeah.
And it's not always a linear path. There will be ups and downs, setbacks, and breakthroughs.
So it's about trusting the process and staying committed to the long-term vision.
Exactly. Celebrate small wins along the way, learn from your mistakes, and never give up on your dreams.
I love that. It's about embracing the journey, not just focusing on the destination.
Precisely. And remember, building passive income isn't just about the money.
Right.
It's about creating a life of freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation. I'm feeling inspired and ready to take action. But I'm also wondering, with all these different passive income streams to explore, where do we go from here?
That's a great question, and is where we'll pick up in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
All right, we're back and ready to dive even deeper into this world of passive income.
Deeper.
Last time, we explored a bunch of different options.
Yeah.
From dividend stocks to digital products. I'm feeling inspired, but also a bit like, okay, where do I actually begin?
Yeah, it's like we've laid out this incredible buffet of possibilities,
Right.
but haven't quite figured out how to fill our plates
Yeah.
without getting totally overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So that's what we're tackling today, turning those possibilities into a personalized action plan.
Exactly. So where do we start? Is there like a magic formula for choosing the right passive income streams?
Well, there's no one-size-fits-all answer,
Right.
but there are some key questions to consider. First, remember those powerful whys we talked about last time. What are your ultimate goals for building passive income? More time with family,
Yeah.
the freedom to travel, early retirement, pursuing a passion project, you know.
Right. It's not just about the money itself, but what that money allows us to do, the life it enables us to live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if your goal is to generate a small, steady stream of income to supplement your current job, you might focus on something like dividend stocks or real estate crowdfunding, which tend to be more passive and require less hands-on involvement.
Okay, so align the income stream with my overall goals. Makes sense. What else should I be considering?
Well, think about your current skills and interests.
Okay.
Do you have a knack for writing or teaching? Maybe creating an online course or ebook would be a good fit. Are you passionate about a particular hobby or niche? Perhaps affiliate marketing would be a natural extension of that passion.
Mm-hmm.
Do you enjoy designing or creating visuals? Explore print-on-demand platforms.
It's all about playing to my strengths and passions. Makes sense.
Exactly.
But what if I have limited time or resources?
Well, that's a common challenge, and it's why starting small is so crucial.
Okay.
Remember, you don't have to do everything at once. Choose one or two passive income streams that feel manageable,
Okay.
given your current situation.
Okay, so pick my top two favorites
Yeah.
and really focus on those.
Exactly. You can always explore other options later on once you've gained some traction and confidence.
Sure.
It's like building a muscle, you know?
Mhm.
You wouldn't try to bench press 200 pounds on your first day at the gym.
No.
You'd start with a weight you can handle and gradually work your way up.
Okay, I like that analogy. Start small.
Yeah.
Build those passive income muscles.
Exactly.
But once I've chosen my income streams, what's the best way to move from dreaming to actually doing?
Well, this is where having a clear plan is essential. Break down those big, ambitious goals into smaller, more manageable steps.
Hmm.
What specific actions can you take each day, each week, each month to move closer to your passive income vision?
So if I'm writing an ebook, maybe my first step is to create an outline
Mm-hmm.
and then commit to writing a certain number of words each day.
Exactly. Or if you're diving into affiliate marketing, maybe your first step is to research different affiliate programs and choose one that aligns with your niche.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can start creating content that naturally incorporates those affiliate links.
Okay, I'm starting to see how breaking it down into smaller chunks
Yeah.
makes it feel less overwhelming. But I know myself and I tend to get sidetracked easily. How do I stay focused and actually stick to the plan?
Well, accountability is key.
Mm.
Share your goals with a supportive friend.
Okay.
Join a mastermind group
Mm-hmm.
where you can connect with other aspiring passive income earners,
Mm-hmm.
or find an accountability partner who will hold you to your commitments. Having someone to check in with can make a world of difference.
Right. It's like having a personal trainer for my passive income journey.
Yes.
Someone to chew me on and make sure I'm showing up for those metaphorical workouts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't forget to celebrate those small wins along the way.
Yeah.
Did you finish that ebook outline? Awesome.
Right.
Did you make your first affiliate sale? Fantastic. Acknowledge and celebrate those achievements.
Right.
It'll help you stay motivated.
Yeah.
Keep the momentum going.
Okay. Accountability and celebrations. Check. Mm-hmm. But what about those inevitable moments when things don't go according to plan? I'm sure I'll encounter setbacks or roadblocks along the way. How do I handle those moments?
Yeah.
Keep from getting discouraged.
Yeah. This is where mindset becomes incredibly powerful.
Okay.
Remember, building passive income is a journey, not a destination.
Mm-hmm.
There will be ups and downs, twists and turns. The key is to embrace those challenges as opportunities for growth
Okay.
and learning.
So instead of getting defeated when things don't go my way, I view it as feedback, a chance to adjust my approach and try again.
Exactly. And remember, you're not alone on this journey.
Mm-hmm.
There are countless others who have walked this path before you, and there's a wealth of information and support available. Don't be afraid to reach out to mentors, join online communities, or read books and articles by those who have successfully built passive income streams.
Okay. That's reassuring.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the lone wolf mentality, but it's so much easier when you realize there's a whole community of people out there who are going through the same thing.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And when you combine that sense of community
Yeah.
with a clear vision,
Mm-hmm.
a well-defined plan, and an unwavering belief in yourself,
Mhm.
you'll be amazed at what you can achieve.
This is all so inspiring.
Yeah.
I'm feeling more confident and equipped to tackle this journey, but there's still that one nagging question in the back of my mind. What if I fail?
Well, failure is a natural part of any growth process.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'd argue that it's essential for success.
Okay.
The key is to reframe failure as feedback.
Okay.
What can you learn from the experience? How can you adjust your approach moving forward?
So instead of seeing failure as a dead end, I view it as a detour, a chance to course correct and find a better route.
Exactly. And remember, the most successful people are often those who have experienced the most setbacks
Mm-hmm.
and failures. It's through those challenges that they develop resilience, grit, and a deeper understanding of what works and what doesn't.
Okay, that's a really empowering perspective. I'm starting to see that it's not about avoiding failure altogether, but about how I respond to those challenges and what I learn from them.
Precisely. And remember, you don't have to do this alone.
Right.
Reach out for support, surround yourself with like-minded individuals, and celebrate every step forward,
Okay.
no matter how small it might seem.
This is all incredibly valuable advice. I'm feeling more confident and excited to keep moving forward on this journey. But there's still one piece of the puzzle that I'm curious about. How do we actually manage the money we earn from these passive income streams?
That's a great question, and it's an important one to address.
Yeah.
In the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore practical tips and strategies for managing your passive income wisely, from tracking your earnings to reinvesting your profits. Stay tuned.
All right, we're back for the final part of our passive income deep dive. We've explored a ton of different strategies, created a plan, talked about mindset, but
Right.
there's one crucial piece we haven't tackled yet. What do we actually do with the money once it starts coming in?
Yeah, that's a great point. It's exciting to envision those passive income streams flowing, but we need to be smart about managing that newfound wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it can easily slip through our fingers.
Exactly. I'm all for celebrating those small wins.
Of course.
Maybe treating myself to something nice,
Yeah.
but I also want to make sure I'm making the most of this hard-earned money.
Absolutely. It's a balancing act.
Yeah.
You deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor, but you also want to leverage that income to build a more secure financial future.
So where do we start? Is there a specific system or framework for managing passive income effectively?
One approach that many successful passive income earners use is the buckets system.
Okay.
Think of it like dividing your income into different categories based on your short-term and long-term goals.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about these buckets.
All right, so the first bucket is your essentials bucket.
Okay.
This is where you allocate money for your everyday living expenses, rent or mortgage, groceries, utilities, transportation, all the things you need to cover your basic needs.
Makes sense. Got to keep the lights on and the fridge stocked.
Exactly. The second bucket is your fun bucket.
Yeah.
This is where you allocate money for things you enjoy, like travel, hobbies, entertainment, dining out, whatever brings you joy and helps you recharge.
All right, now we're talking. It's important to remember that life isn't all about work and saving.
For sure.
We need to enjoy the journey too.
Absolutely.
What about the long-term stuff?
That's where the third bucket comes in your future bucket.
Okay.
This is where you allocate money for long-term goals, like retirement savings, investing, paying down debt, or building an emergency fund.
Okay, so the future bucket is all about building financial security and creating a safety net for the future.
Exactly.
How do I decide how much money goes into each bucket?
There's no hard and fast rule, but a good starting point is the 50-30-20 rule.
Okay.
Allocate 50% of your income to essentials, 30% to fun, and 20% to your future.
Okay.
You could adjust these percentages based on your individual circumstances and priorities.
50-30-20, I like that.
Yeah.
It's simple and easy to remember. But what if I'm already struggling to cover my essentials? How can I even think about saving for the future or having fun when I'm barely making ends meet?
That's a valid concern, and it's important to be realistic about your current financial situation.
Right.
If you're living paycheck to paycheck, your first priority should be to increase your income and reduce your expenses.
Okay, so explore ways to earn more or cut back on unnecessary spending.
Exactly.
But what if I've already trimmed my budget to the bone?
Well, look for creative ways to generate extra income, even if it's just a small amount to start.
Okay.
Could you sell some unused belongings online? Take on a side hustle. Offer your skills as a freelancer.
Right.
Every little bit helps.
Right. Every little bit counts.
Yeah.
But once I've got a bit more breathing room in my budget, how do I actually start putting that 20% towards my future?
Well, one of the smartest things you can do is automate your savings.
Okay.
Set up a system where a portion of your income is automatically transferred to a savings account or investment account each month.
So it's like paying myself first, out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly. You'll be amazed at how quickly those small contributions can add up over time, especially when you factor in the power of compound interest.
Compound interest, right. That's where my money starts earning interest on the interest it's already earned.
Yes.
It's like a snowball effect.
Precisely. And when it comes to investing that future bucket, remember the importance of diversification. Don't put all your eggs on one basket. Spread your investments across different asset classes like stocks, bonds, real estate, and even alternative investments like precious metals or cryptocurrencies.
Okay. Diversification for the win. But I have to admit, all this financial talk can be a bit intimidating.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly a Wall Street whiz.
You don't have to be.
Yeah.
There are plenty of resources available to help you make informed investment decisions.
Okay.
Robo-advisors, which we mentioned earlier, can be a great option for beginners. They use algorithms to create diversified portfolios based on your risk tolerance and investment goals.
Okay, that sounds like a good option for someone like me who's just starting out.
Yeah.
But as my passive income grows, what are some other ways to make that money work harder for me?
Well, reinvesting your profits is one of the most powerful strategies for accelerating your wealth building journey.
So instead of spending all my passive income, I use a portion of it to fuel further growth.
Exactly. Think of it like planting seeds. The more seeds you plant, the larger your garden will grow.
I love that analogy. It's about creating a cycle of growth and abundance.
Yes,
But with all this talk about investing and growing my wealth, it's easy to get caught up in the numbers.
it is.
It's important to remember why we're doing this in the first place.
Absolutely. Building passive income isn't just about accumulating wealth.
Right.
It's about creating a life of freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment.
It's about having the time and resources to pursue our passions, spend time with loved ones, make a difference in the world, and live a life that aligns with our values.
Exactly. So as you embark on this journey, remember to keep your why front and center.
Mm.
Let it guide your decisions, fuel your motivation, and remind you of the incredible possibilities that lie ahead.
This has been such an incredible journey. I'm feeling so much more knowledgeable and empowered to take control of my financial future.
That's great.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom and expertise.
It's been my pleasure. Remember, the most important step is the first one, so take action, stay persistent, and never stop learning and growing.
And to all of you listening, we believe in you. Take what you've learned today, create a plan that aligns with your unique goals and circumstances, and start building the life of your dreams one step at a time. Until next time, keep diving deep.